What is up, legends? We are back. All right, so day 7. We're doing the retrospect. Pretty much what I did last time, and I wanna. I know this is another one, but I had to start strong. 3.0 now. I just really did it like 8 days ago, but we gotta do it again. Because some things changed, and I refined some things and made it even easier for you guys to just steamroll all the way up free to play. I'm like 42 right now, just turned 42 actually, and just make things super easy for you. All right, so we're gonna start right off the bat with what you would do right in the beginning. So obviously, you're gonna start playing the game. This is if you're a new player and everything. And some of the first things that you're gonna see once you're a new player is like the first character that you're gonna get, and essentially the first character that you are going to get and be forced to use and go all the way up to 6-star will be Leanne. You will need to actually keep Leanne. Don't reset her. That is fake news. That is bad. That is going to get you clapped and a lot of stuff and make you have to work harder. Hindsight, once you get to level 40, there is a mode called Ethernet Rally. And what Ethernet Rally is going to do is have you... It's really great. I was waiting till this was open so I can actually show you. Is have you come in with certain teams, which is red, green, blue. Now you can be a hipster and do things differently, but you are just making yourself work harder. And I never teach the community how to work harder. I teach you how to win and go about your business and do it in an orderly fashion. So if you want to win and do it in an orderly fashion, do not reset this character. Leave it. It can be a 6-star, it's fine, because there is a strat that I will teach you that and a little bit later in this video that makes that all fine. Like, it's just literally people trying too hard, and I guess want to be different. Don't try to be different. Let the game, like, there's a game flow. This game has a flow, and don't fight the flow. I see a lot of people trying to fight the flow and like, kind of like do their own thing and try, and it's just making stuff harder to the point where I will get people yesterday, I don't want to blow people up. I'm not going to say any of your names, but I kid you not. I got over 10, and this is a lot for like a particular game issue. When people got to 40, some particularly annoyed people like, dog, I wish I hadn't, like, I wish I hadn't started with a certain character. 2, I wish I hadn't reset. So don't do it. You're gonna know early not to do that. You're just being bad and throwing right there. So what happens is that you're gonna need strong characters, and you're gonna need strong characters in RGB, basically, which is red, green, and blue. Which red, blue, and green. So it kind of really does not matter which characters it is, but they need to, it's probably gonna need to be DPS on all 3. Like if you got Rosa somehow and Banner, don't start with her. We're gonna talk about that in a bit. And Banner, like Leanne is fine, and then you get people to just come and help over the course of time. The game mode will give you the light and dark unit. So if you want to re-roll and go crazy for all that, you know, that's fine, but in this mode the game is just going to give you the light and dark units anyway, so you should concentrate RGB. This is going to be content that you're going to actually need to take out because it's post level 40 content. Right now we don't have a lot of post level 40 content. There probably will be more at launch and stuff like that, but right now it's not a lot of it. And as you guys can see right here, it has a 3-week cycle. And you're not meant to just clap this immediately, and you probably won't clap this immediately because the minute you get here, it's gonna make you have to deal with having a whole bunch of characters. So that's the reason why you do not want to do that. Let's just get rid of that myth right now. Like, do something else. Matter of fact, don't reset anybody. You don't really have to. Now going into Banner and who you should start with. There are 4 kings in this game that will make your progression easier. Getting all 4 kings will literally is a cakewalk. King number 1, which is a queen, is Miss Tiamat. Now, I of course put Tiamat at a 6-star because Tia, she's just the most meta PvE character in the game. I'm gonna say that because I have to actually do a whole video on Tia, which is funny, and I'm probably gonna do that later, probably later in the week. She is the easiest character in this game to build because her whole kit is based off of HP, which is the reason why I made her a 6-star to go with Leanne, and that's the only 2 6-stars I have because that's the only 2 6-stars you really need right now. Oh, you don't need to actually put anybody else beyond 6-star right now, and the reason being is that if you do that, that will lower how many available characters you will have by the time 40 comes around that you can actually use in that. Now you will notice right here I have these 2 characters, but every character here plus 15 on all their gear. Prowess capped, and what prowess capped basically means is they're to their first break right there, and then if you want to take them further like I did with Kraken, you can take them all the way to right there. But prowess cap means that they're at all their breaks right now. So this break point right here, every character at all their break except for Ling. Ling is kind of like OP, so I gotta do it eventually, but for the most part you kind of get it. And we're working on Marvel and stuff like that. So Tia is the number 1, the queen. And the reason why she's the queen is because Tia can actually save you from having to build other characters, which she's one of the only characters in this game to do that. There's a second character to actually do that. That's useful, but we're talking about her right now. Now you're gonna notice at this point in the progression right now, in Terra, we're going to Terra. I want to show you something real quick. These are my Terra team. I don't necessarily have to take her out. I'm going to take her out eventually, but we're all the way to hell right now, and she's in my Terra team, and I can clear it just fine. Like I could just leave it. They don't even lose it. They just don't do it fast, but you know they can clear it for the most part. She's in this team. Now this is a major gearing dungeon because this is your DPS right here. Your baseline DPS. You get better DPS pieces further down, but that's one boss down, right? So heading over here to Doki. I'm currently in Doki right now. As you can see, 0 losses right here. What are we doing? I'm doing Nightmare. I'm going to explain why I'm doing Nightmare. Return to battle. As you can see, he is in here. I don't want to do that. Leave out. Heading over to Aurora. We're at Nightmare 2. I just didn't go further down because I'm not interested in this right now. I'm going to be, but not right now. He is in here. Now, the reason, and you also notice another person who's always here. Well, Ling is here, but Ling's a healer, and she kind of doesn't matter. You can do that with Dorothy too, by the way. But Ling is just better. The other person here is Hellkid. We'll talk about Hellkid in a second. You can use Tia and damn near everything in this game. Basically, she is a one-man army. She is a paladin character, and as I always say on my channel, any character that is a paladin character, basically a character that can DPS, tank, and heal at the same time, is always meta, is always OP. She literally, like you, no, actually, the paladin character will literally do everything in the game and do it well, because they're supposed to be like the master of everything. No, good at everything, master of nothing. But when you get them to a high level, they become gods, basically, and that's what Tia is. Now, with that, Tia has one god build. There's another god build, but what the problem that happens right now and the divide that's going on right now is that somebody popularized speed Tia, and that is absolutely asinine. And the reason being is that speed Tia takes advantage of trying to rotate her faster into Dragon Mother and taking advantage of her taunt, which they nerfed before this beta, by the way, which made it completely garbage right now and not worth doing all that, which is why I didn't put Lattice, which is the limit breaking item, into her level 3, which I did in the past before it was nerfed, but now it was nerfed, which means like why? So she specifically scales off of HP. So you always want HP because that makes her swing better. What her swing is that she's gonna have a point where she's gonna be vulnerable. She's gonna be taunting things. She's gonna be bringing in and getting her dragon mother. Now you can do that without sacrificing her HP. And how you do that is you have something called Bramble, which you can allow to actually get hit. She'll actually do a slice and everything else like that. And you have a shell in particular that will be called Black Flag, which you see I have Bramble on it as well. And then you could put speed on it. Obviously that is trash speed. And get HP on this right there, which ultimately she ends up with I think I had like 65k health with her on close to 70 on the press account. And what you ultimately want her speed to be is between 150 and 160 with the Black Flag, and that will emulate the speed set. So you don't need to actually sacrifice her whole goddamn kit just to be faster, which means that in multiple cases, whenever she gets hit, she's gonna die. I think that's like the most, absolutely not. I don't know who popularized that, but smack them, because absolutely not. Don't make a god not a god. That's like saying, like, that's like making like Thor like Loki or something. Like, don't do that. That's bad. You're throwing. God number 2, Hellkid. Hellkid is as oppressive and good as Tia is in a different way. Hellkid has shielding. And another way that you could build Hellkid bad is building him defensively. He is a attack tank character with his shields. You need as much attack as possible. And you just basically need him to always be useful. You can speed tune him as well to keep him at that 150 speed mark, where he's able to just cycle a little bit more faster and then have people to actually help him out. So as far as the reroll question, which I'm going to get a million things of who you should reroll, one of these 2 characters and that's it. I know people don't want to hear that, but it is going to be one of these 2 characters and that's it. And the reason being is that the other characters, let's say if you start with a DPS like Rosa, who's going to lead your team at that point? Who's like, you need to have the Trinity. You need to have tank DPS healer. So who's your tank DPS healer at that point? You're going to have Rosa and Dorothy, and then who tanking? Who's holding it down? It ain't going to be Hellkid and Tia unless you got lucky and rolled them together. You're literally doing the game harder for no reason. You can get all those characters later. Like, they will show up. And there's SR variants of those characters that you can build in the meantime. You're going to have to build everybody anyway. So you might as well do the game easier from the start. It's going to be Tiamat and Hellkid, and that's it. 3rd king, Kraken. Kraken literally makes the game like everything just don't get to play, basically. Like, nobody gets to play. Like, that's it. He CCs down stuff. Even if he's elemental disadvantaged, he's still gonna freeze for the most part, as long as you have effect accuracy on him to actually freeze, and he will be relatively fun and good to actually use on multiple things, including Doki Doki, which will probably be the most important dungeon that you will farm, because that's where all the speed gear is. Both Kraken and Tia together will allow you to do Doki stages a lot higher than what you would normally do. Like, and that will make you have a lot more speed gear that you could put on. People are going to be using speed gear damn near on everything, even stuff they ain't supposed to, like Tia. But even if you want to go ahead and actually do that and nerf your progression, like, you know, have at it. But these 2 people will make it easier for you. King number 4, Marvel. Marvel is king in PvP. Marvel is king in PvE. You can literally have a level 1 Marvel And as long as he's going first and fast enough, you will be good to go. You'll be the mans. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. Like get Marvel up to like 240, 250 speed, you good. 260 if you gangster, you good. There's nothing else really else to say about that. That's really all he does. He's king you don't get to play, basically. Now, if you put these two kings together, it's king nobody gets to turn the entire PvP match. Except you. You literally can go drink some coffee and come back and have yourself a PvP win if both of these characters go first. That's just it. They don't. The other side don't even get to play. They get frozen and time stop, and they might as well just hit like escape fight after that point. So those are the 4 kings right there. If you get all 4 of these characters in your progression, like you literally see I have right now, you literally auto every goddamn thing. You have no problem. You just chilling. You're just chilling at that point. So don't keep all that in mind. Keep all that in mind. You don't have to listen. Like I said, my favorite line, you could be a hipster and do things the hard way, but y'all literally watch me do this for the 7th time now. Like I don't know what else to say. I'm baffled at people who be like, yeah, but I'm gonna go over here and do it harder, and I'm like, alright, well, go do it harder. So oh wait, they said, oh, you know what, the reason why I'm doing Doki Nightmare, this is another big tip for you. Once you get to this point on Nightmare, when you go up to Hell, something interesting happens. Now you see I ended up getting 3 pieces of speed gear right here, which is what I'm after. Bramble's okay and other stuff is okay, Harvest is okay, everything, but I'm specifically after speed gear. There's a problem when you break into a new tier that we didn't really notice right away. So if you head over here now, Nightmare, if you notice, Nightmare only has 4 sets of gear going on right now. I need to have all my teams up to par, like get everybody up to a certain standard and everything else. When there is 4 sets right here, look what happens when you go to Hell. All right, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sets. And I notice people complaining in the world chat like, yo, it's really hard to get gear in Hell and everything else like that. And the reason is because it's now 9 sets when you start farming these 2. It changes somewhat right here because you end up getting like the 3s. And you know what happens here when you get the Hell 3? You would think, oh, you know, that's cool. Now we getting the 3 stats. I gotta do this for you. Now it's going to be these 3 stats with the 2s in the purple. So that 9 is now 10, 11, 12, move 13. Because now the 3 sets have to be in that as well. So if you're farming specifically going after speed, you should stay in Nightmare and speed up everybody in Nightmare first. And if anything else, and it's the same thing over in Terra. The same thing over here. Once you start heading over into here, it's increased sets. So if you're after that attack stuff, and then they even throw in Keen Eye, which is great. Keen Eye is awesome. However, if you're trying to get like your whole squad, because you're gonna need everybody built at 40. Everybody's gonna need to be in that in this gear. Everybody's gonna need to like be in this gear or higher. That's even your weaker characters. So if you want to start, you know, like rotating everybody into that gear so they can start being able to handle the level 40 and on content, you're gonna need to start getting that together. So that's what I'm actually focusing on right now. So I know I'm going back and forth, but I'm trying to give you as much information in this video as possible to make it so that if you hey, yo, Scion answered this, is right here. Scion answered this. Like, no, literally this is tried and true. I've done it, I've tested, I must have gone through this game so many times, and like I said, it was the 7th time. And on top of that, the times that's not counted on the press server that you guys saw that we're on. I actually did stuff on that as well, and multiple start overs and that end game and testing things and stuff like that. So I already know it works, which is why I'm telling you, so you don't end up wasting time and don't end up cooked and stuff and going through progression. And I don't know many people besides maybe me and Zox and maybe some of the new people now who have gone up now, who have done it enough times to literally tell you when something is detrimental to you, which is why I'm saying that whole speed tier thing is a bad thing. I keep repeating that because I see it causing issues. Like, PvP build is a PvP build, but don't worry, we gonna have a video for that. We're gonna definitely have a video for that. I'm gonna cut all that nonsense out. Summon wise, so you started off with Leanne. Obviously you started off with Tia Hellkid if you're smart, and now you have your select summon is actually gone. Freya is technically free because you literally the first 2 days, which you saw day 2, you summon over 250 times. The guarantee for Freya is 100. Freya is basically free, and on top of that, one of the 3 more important, you can even say Chiaki is a king too, but not as much as Kraken. But they're all good characters. Don't get me wrong. You have the opportunity of getting Chiaki, Kraken, and Dinah. Dinah and Kraken are relatively important because Kraken is important for Doki Doki. Dinah is important for Terra Matan. And Chiaki obviously is going to be important for Aura, and kind of for, you can actually use her in Doki Doki too, not so much in Terra. I mean, you could, but there's no point. You're supposed to get Terra up out of there as soon as possible. But Dinah and stuff like that. So you shouldn't mind actually, being in this banner a little bit to actually get Freya. However, if you get her in 10, get up out of there. That's it. Just want to get to the point where you actually get her, because Freya is used in multiple places. In fact, you see that I use her in multiple places. So again, keep all that in mind. Now that you're done with all of that, both Light Judgment and Extreme Affinity are traps. They are trap banners. There is no way in hell I'm going to tell you to actually go and do these banners. You're trapped. There are 3 times the currency, basically. Obviously you can have a shot at getting any of these characters, and obviously if you get Marvel early, great, or the Ting and Victor, and you can re-roll basically and try to get something in this banner. However, if you are a person who done rebates, then you are re-rolling nothing, because you will give up your rebate to actually re-roll. So this is just a trap. I don't suggest doing this at all. I actually suggest ignoring that these banners exist. They're there to cut your currency down. That's what these games do. They put stuff in your face to say, hey, look, these are cool characters. They do cool things. You want to summon. You want to use all your currency. Do not do that, because that will cut how much currency you have supremely down. On top of that, you will need your currency to stamina refresh every day, so you are getting maximum progression. You can do that all the way up to 40 right now in this game before all of the content will start drying up. Right now, there is not much for me to actually pull on right now. Everything is really spread out. With what I get, I need to fully equip with mythic characters right here to get more summons right there. Obviously, no more currency. Animus Fate right here needs me to be 45 and 42. Can't do anything about that. SSR Animus is upgraded to a level 50 right here. I have a few. Matter of fact, I don't have any EXP. Well, she's 49. Also, when you just real quick, when you get characters to 6-star, don't level them. Just let them, like both these characters, I didn't actually give them anything. They leveled on their own up to this point. Just leave them there. It'll just get there on its own. It's very, very expensive to go from from level 1 to 50. Just let them stay there and then worry about putting all your EXP and getting all your characters up, which this strat is called the Army of 5, because you want an army of 5 stars to actually take on content. They don't need to be put any further than that. So definitely take heed to that. Just let it level naturally. Those two characters are always in most of my fights. So like they're in fights right now leveling. Just let them get the XP from all of the idol and everything else. You're gonna get crazy. Like, see this person right here. This person knows. Who is that right there in chat? Marvel carries here. Yep, there you go. One of the kings right there. And more so back on the summons. Now that you're done with all this, this is done. This is done. This is done. Don't even look at them. You're here. And the main reason why that you are here is because now everything in the game is available to you, and everything in the game will come out. They will come out eventually. You won't get screwed because there is so much summons in the game. Close to like 500 once you get to level 40 and beyond. Close to like 500. And you average right now up until where I'm at 42. You at least average 20 summons a day that you can actually pick up. It slows down once you get to around 40, but you get 10 to 20 as long as you keep pushing as far as right now. But you'll be all right. You're staying in permanent banner permanently. Like, as funny as that is, that will fill out your account and get you characters, and stuff will just show up. Well, let's see what shows up right now. Bruh. Like I said, stuff will just show up. I didn't do that on purpose. Stuff that shows up. Ooh, fungus. Fungus coming out. Fungus. I'll just take him to 5-star. Just like that. And that's a just like that moment. These stuff shows up. Now you look at my account. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 SSR. As a free-to-play player. No, I haven't gotten any dupes yet. It's been all SSRs. And of course I got Marvel as a light unit as well. Which is fine. That's perfectly fine. If you told me that I would get all this as a free-to-play without me actually doing anything, I'd be perfectly happy with that. All right, so going through, now that you've done all of that, you got your summons ready, you good to go. You need to go through as far as the flow. And the way the flow of this game works is you're going to do story as much as you can. In between the story, you're going to be pushing through all of these dungeons as they open up to get better gear and cycle in. And remember what I warned you about as far as gear cycling, that you should probably stay in the 3 for a little while to get yourself in a good gearing situation, because that will be the best way to focus on said gear if you're trying to focus on said gear. When you try to rush and move ahead, what ends up happening is it dilutes the whole thing. I think that's a trap too, which they just didn't explain. I think it's not explained on purpose. Like, it's actually a stamina trap to start farming the first stage. Make sure that you're good to go right here, and then push yourself down out of this. Don't stay in these. Stay in the 3rd one. As you can see, focused. Bam, we good. Push ahead to this one, and then no, great. We knocked it out. We good. We starting to get a little purple gear, but again, diluted. You don't want to. I don't care about all this. I got 8 sets now in here. Whack. So head back over here. Make sure that you're good right here, and then you can keep pushing in. So you're right here. Just 4 sets. We good. Look at me. I'm great. No, I'm trolling, but get into hell. Push a little bit more so in hell. I need to push more into this, and then get down to hell 3. Bam, we just looking at 3s now. Now this is hell. Hell 3 is hell, because look at all this. That's toxic. Like that's toxic. Like it's gonna be cool when you finally get stuff, but that's toxic. That definitely is. Ultimately, and then you get the 4, which is just all 3s basically, and then you get the Inferno, which is a countable 50 right here, where it starts dropping all of these, which is by then you better have some type of I doubt anybody's here. I'm about to say you're doing too much. Let's see if there's anybody in Hell 4. Can I see? Yep, people in Hell 4. And they are using Victor or Marvel in here cheesing, not letting anybody get to play. But that's his job. Shadow Sonya. Koros. Interesting teams, interesting times. And you see, 5-star right here. So again, an army of 5. Yeah, this person put Gray as a 6-star. You gangster. Got some roses in here. I think they're doing a good job. I think that they're doing a good job with all of that. Good stuff. Let's check out Doki. I'm doing the wrong thing. Look at Hell 4 and Doki. Okay. Some good stuff. Got a Gray here. Got Kraken chilling. I see Kraken's a king. I told y'all. Don't sleep on that Kraken king. Give you guys some ideas. Got some Tia in here. Got a lot of Tia in here actually. Using the Kazu for the sleep. See you. Good job. Ooh, Amia. Let's check out Aura real quick. Also showing you, like if you need ideas, come check it out. Nobody in Hell and Aura. What about Hell 3? All right, so Hell 3. I got a Heinrich, a Rosa, of course, that Lang, like a Dinah in here. Okay, and you got the fastest clear with the Dinah too. You must have cleaved the hell out of it and got up out of there. That's good stuff. And then Freya all in here. Freya in the top stuff. Freya was in like almost the top in everything. So like, if you feel like, do you need? I mean, I shouldn't even have to answer that at this point. Right, we should not have to answer that, right? All right, you should be good to go. You should definitely be good to go at this point. All right. So going through again, over here, the same thing like with your pets, win and knock out whatever you can knock out right here. All of this is not gonna pretty much open up until you knock out things over here. And I believe I can't even go to Inferno until 50 anyway. So the best I could do is get down to Hell. Right here, I just haven't done any of that. Gotta do videos, right? Whatever pets that you want, you need to worry about how to use the pet with whatever characters you have. Pets don't have the same issue that gear has because there's not as many of them, so you won't get diluted as much, which is good. However, there is one that is really good to actually farm, which is Nico Nana. And the reason why Nico Nana is good to farm, especially on Hell, is there's only 6 right here and there's no bad pet here. They're good for everybody and everything. So when you need to get multiple so you can get them to level 40, this is great because like I said literally just now, there's nothing bad here. All of them are good, so you can use them and then start fishing for like really good sets and stuff like that, and really good stats rather. And you can see that which ones have what, so you can decide what you want to actually use, what will work for you and stuff like that. Some is good for certain things, like Bloodbath is really good because what Bloodbaths do is if you get cleaved, no you didn't, because you ain't gonna take a lot of damage. So even if Borgne try to cleave you, it ain't gonna matter because you're gonna still be standing there looking at him. And then if it's a Marvel who got bloodbath, you're screwed. Like you're definitely screwed. Like, so good luck. The fastest way to level in this game is investigation. Investigation will always basically like you can just zip through it. You don't need to spam it all the time, just enough that you can actually get all the EXP that you need for things on like all your 5 stars to build out your 5 stars, if there's any 5-star for you to actually build up on. And you can also, the same way that I have this like auto-in right now in the background, you can go in and to any stage that's not the stage that you on, and you'll be able to level even faster. Basically, GP outposts, just do whatever you can with GP outposts and knock it out. There's nothing else to really say for that. Anti-sync will basically be wherever you can actually go in and knock things out. Oh, actually, that's why I gotta build oval for this. Yeah, knock oval. Oh, done. We got more speed pieces. Did it roll? It did not roll. Ooh, effective res though. All right. There you go. Stamina refreshes. Fandom Theater, again, this is also a good place for where you start to get your teams together and come in here where you're gonna need the RGB to counter stuff. Like if you got friends to play with, that's where make some friends. Make some friends. That'll help you out greatly. Ember Trek is pretty much the tower. Head down as much as you can, take on things, and get those dubs. Ethernet rally, what I explained for before, you're gonna need actually multiple teams to actually come in and take things on. In your best interest to do this and not flake on it, you will be good to go for that most part, as long as you have about 10 characters that are unusable by the time you get here. And I mean usable, not like throwing any old thing on them, like just make them usable, because the stages get harder over time. Cubic Game is just free, literally free stuff that you can get for playing Tetris, basically. What is this one? Shadow Print, nice. Get some currency right here. Not much. Some data. Summon right there. Oh, and yeah, some item fragment parts. Now it's always random what it is, and you can actually and you can actually flip different things. Like if you like get a part and you messed up stuff, then you can actually go back. But for the most part, you want to 3-star it so you can get as much as you can out of it. And then Champions Call, obviously, is just kind of like gambling as far as PvP. Now, after you go through doing all this, also, you know what? We're forgetting about something. Union. Damn, we over 13. We cooking. Union has a bunch of free stuff in it. You want to get in a good union, not just any old union. Try to get in a good one that's going to be active, that they are actively paying attention to who's playing, that people ain't taking off like 2 or 3 days, because that just hurts everybody at that point. Everybody needs to be active. And I have been pruning people and keeping people active and making sure that if anybody is missing like a day or two, they out. Basically, like it's nothing personal, but it kind of detrimental to everybody if you ain't playing. The boss. Somebody used my character 2 times. Thank you. The boss, what you essentially want to do is you want an elemental counter boss. And you want single target bosses as well as sustain. So. You see, this is my team in general right now, and what I am trying to do, we got Tia out here, we got Freya, and then we got Ling. It is their job to sustain the team as much as possible. You can get 2 or 3 people, obviously. Ling is the best case scenario. You get her freely at day 7. In the meantime, to hold it down, use Dorothy, basically with the combination of Sonya. Dorothy, you will need actually a lot for Ethernet rally because Dorothy can be used as a healer through two different team sets because the light element can be in two different areas. So Dorothy will be relatively a good carry for that. Now, see, I have this right here. So I don't have a light unit. So what I'm looking for, which the person's already used up right now, then I would use a Messiah for right there because that is a dark element boss. So being that I can't do that, I would just go for the next case best scenario. We're born. We got Lily. Lily's not gonna help. We have a Rosa. I wonder how hard Barnier would hit. I'm just gonna do it and cancel. Just want to see how hard he's gonna hit this boss. That's not bad. Like 40k. Again, you want to sustain. Now, this is the second boss. The first boss is a green element boss, which he's gonna take out. He's gonna get beat up pretty much by Lians and Hellkid. And you see Bestia in here to do some damage and have that big mommy shield out there. And you see how fast she's cycling with just the 150 with Black Flag, as well being a tank. Like you see how many times he attacked this down? Like it's literally no reason to fight. People just be making stuff up. I can't. And she's down right here where she puts her stacks at high. I believe her stacks is at 5 right now. And she's back in Dragon again in one turn. I mean, do you need to do it faster? To do less damage and probably be dead at this point? Bro, she's literally proving my point. Hey, don't throw, y'all. Don't throw. Please don't throw. I want y'all to enjoy this game. Damn, he missed one. I was not gonna do this long, but I might as well just let it. I think we might be dead next round though, because Tia's shield is not gonna cycle. Yeah, we still might be dead. Yep. Yeah, Messiah did better. It's respectable damage though, but Messiah did better. Alright, good to know. See, I had gotten the S already before. Good to know. So, something side note, the shops are pretty key. In particular, this shop. This shop will fund all of your progression up to 40. You just simply have to PvP. Do not be a gangster and decide that you want to actually try to fight everybody stronger than you and see if you can win. You need to win. So you actually need to pick on the weak because you need points. You need PvP points. And the main reason being is because this right here is key. Like you start getting points where you can actually start getting the currency. That's why you saw I have 15 plus 15 on all of my gear for 10 characters. Probably more than that actually by now, probably 12, 13 at this point. You can also get training data in here, which is for your pets, and you can get EXP in here if you don't want to EXP farm and then, you know, fill it out. You have the perfect Latisse and the evolution Latisse, but all the Latisse doesn't give you as much power as your whole account basically having maxed gear on. That's more important. And it doesn't cost you basically any stamina to go into PvP. You can, or like it'll cost you some currency if you want to refresh like the 10 times a day, which is why you should keep your currency for the stamina refreshes and PvP refreshes, because that will actually fund you maxing out your account and having a strong account without you actually spending anything. And like all of this is just free to play at this point, as long as you just know about it. And then obviously you have the shadow print in here, and then like the EXP. Same thing over here with the anima shops. You get this over time with events. So just hold on to this currency. You can just build it up and get dupes for things that you would need, like for characters that you need. The bigger characters will take you a longer time to actually do that. Like you see Doki and Sanya, it's 15k, and I only got 1,000 right now from like a week event cycle. So yeah, the module shop will open up at level 200, not level 200, at level 40. Basically, you can come in here and gamble on trying to get gear. It's going to be random, so like it's up to you at this point if you want to, you know, take advantage of anything in here. Probably Swift Rush. I tried Swift Rush, it got Swift garbage. So like, you know, it is what it is, but no, it's worth actually trying if you get the points. As far as spending, the monthly supply shop is great because you get extra currency gain and 20 cap on your stamina, which means you have more time to actually come back. Plus it's only $5, so it's actually worth doing. You do have the level packs right here, and they do have stamina in them right now. So if you knock this out, it's going to be another one. You knock it out, it's going to be another one. The stamina is the most important thing here because that's the only thing that you can actually use to benefit pushing your progression further. So it's up to you if you want to actually do that, but the stamina is the most important thing here. Everything else, I wouldn't do the beginner pack. This is interesting because as an enhanced prototype, we have a chance of actually getting an SSR. So if you gamble and actually get something, you know, do it to it. We do have the rebate going on right now, even though this video is more for people at launch to kind of help them out with stuff, but the rebate is going on right now. So you're going to get 200% of what you actually spent. So if you spent $100, you're basically getting $200 back in vouchers that you can actually come in here and buy stuff. So it's up to you if you want to go ahead and do that. I think it's a pretty good deal. I'm going to do it the last day, not to spoil my progression right now, because if I did it now, just would mess up everything I'm going about. I wanted to show you me doing everything free to play at this point. This is okay because you're getting 10 right here in the beginner pack, and then you're getting the shadow print, which is useful. Both of these are useful because you're getting the red shadow pack, and then the Latisse, and then the summons, and then this is all stamina save right here, and then this is useful as well because this is just directly a character plus and all that. So it's up to you. You're just straight buying a character for $51. In fact, you should probably, as soon as you can, if you're going to actually be spending, is head directly here first and see what you get. Because then, if, like, let's say this turns into, I don't think it's going to show me, but it has, like, let's say it turns into Tia, then you don't have to pick Tia. In fact, that would be crazy. If it turns into Tia, then you can just go ahead. If you want to be gangster, pick Hell Kid, then you're really good. But if you even want more gangster, now is the time. Say that you did this and you it turns into Tia, you can pick Rosa. Then Rosa doesn't have to have the brunt of being like that's crazy to have a start with Tia and Rosa, because Rosa's not a good start pick. So like that's crazy right there. That you good. You hella good. Over here in the weekly pack, crystals right here. First one is okay. You can actually use your own currency for that. In fact, I'm gonna do this now. Give me this. Both of this. I'm gonna summon. There's your basic protocol. right here. This is actually good for these two, and then you get EXP and stuff like that for $5. Not bad. I wouldn't do trainer resource. I'm ignoring that. This I probably would ignore too. It's okay. This I hella would ignore. Imagine spending $11 to get mid, because what'll happen is that this module essence is for this shop. Now you can pick, like, use 1200, so it's going to be six, and all 6 pieces will be flat stats and garbage. So you just spent $11 for nothing. Absolutely not. I'll be so mad. You gambled. There's nothing you can say about it. But yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, y'all can do what you want. I wouldn't. Apex Crate is okay because you get the 10 gold. No, it's up to you. This is crazy right here. This is worth the $20 right there. The Shadow Print. Shadow Prints are rare. This is not worth it. Again, it's a stamina save, but if we're being real, if you really want a stamina save, what you should do is just go up the level pack. You'll get more stamina doing that and that. Like, it'll probably end up being like almost the same price, but you'll get way more stamina and if you want to turn around and use that stamina to farm the prowess that is in that pack, you'll just get more on top. And then you get the 10 summon right here as well, and then everything afterwards. I can't see what's after this obviously, but this is just better over the course, so it's up to you. This is here, like, of course, if you have no other recourse. And then over here, this is essentially buying a dupe right here. So if you want to buy a dupe, that's what this is, because that's what these points are. You would take those points and head over to Anima Shop and see Ramoka, Lilith, Rahu, Klaus, and Silence. You're basically buying a dupe for them with that. And then you have the Orneric box, which is this basically like this decoration pet stuff. I mean, if you care about that, go for it. And then the crystals, which is typical for, like, most stuff. You get the currency, basically, and it's like double, and you get to go crazy, all that type of stuff. I'm literally just gonna buy the $100 one, and just to get my rebate, and then go about my business. Like that's it. I'm probably not even gonna use the currency. See, is there anything else that we can? Oh, the first buy bonus basically is getting Valerian, which is, she's a good unit. So to recap, starting out real quick, you have two choices in my opinion, as far as to make things easier. Granted, you do not have to do this. I'm not telling you that you have to do this. I'm telling you, if you want the easiest progression, it's going to be either Tia or Hellkid. If you want the absolute best progression, Tia, because he can be used everywhere. However, Hellkid is almost just as good, just in a different form and fashion. You just need to have you need to gear tune him a little better than Tia. Tia is just straight HP, set it and forget it. Hellkid needs some attack and then some speed and HP in the pieces. That's literally what you need for him to make him able to handle his cycling and everything else like this. And then, like, he needs more to, like, kind of be useful, basically. And then on top of that, he's attack set, so you're going to be using attack Twilight, and then right here. Also, when you do that, you get the opportunity to actually reduce defense by 50% for the turn. Then he has a stun right here that will go off with that as well. Like, he's crazy. And then he got the attack down on top. Like, bruh, these two right here. If you start with both of them, you are a gangster. Now, if you get the 4 kings, congrats, you beat all content. You just do. Follow Hyperlink Charter. This is your Bible right here. You must do everything in here, knock everything out, get all your points and everything, and get all your gear together, get all of your currencies together. It will fall off at level 40. So you want to be max refreshing your stamina all the way up to account level 40 to 42, and then chill out after that. Now, with all this said and done, and we've been talking for this long, this is like a freaking hour-long video. Here's the thing. Where is it? Here we go. Right now, content stops at a point. We don't know if it's going to if it's going to go beyond this point right now at launch. If it does, great and fine, then I'm probably gonna have to revise it again. But that's after launch. Just how to start strong is just gonna be like whatever. Content currently in the game right now officially stops once you get to 40, because that's when the Ethernet rally starts. There is Infinity Train that's not on the, like, I don't know why. I think it's because on the test server it starts in a really bad place. So they probably need to figure out where they want to put it in progression, but right now it's currently not in the game right now, so it'll probably be like a later on type of thing. But for right now, it stops at 40, and everything drops off. So all of this is relative and good, and you will be fine, and you can play this game free to play. You don't have to whale, you don't have to spend anything. Of course, if you do whale and you spend stuff, which I'm encouraging, you will be extremely good and you'll be a god, basically, especially if you follow all this and spend. But for the most part, you casual to free to play people, you should be able to do all of this quite easily. If you deviate, it will be harder on you. Not to say that you can't do it, but you will be doing things harder. You will be doing hard mode for no reason. As I say, being a hipster and trying hard, I don't know why you would want to do that, because these games are designed to be fun, and you just come in and just literally, what I do majority of the time when I'm not doing videos on this game is, you see how that's autoing right there? I will set this on auto and cut this game off and go do something else. And then come back later, set it and forget it again. That's literally all you have to do. I know, like, it's crazy, right? Like, a game could be that simple, but I see a lot of people making it harder than it has to be, which is the purpose of me making this particular video, to make things easier on you. As far as summons, to wrap this up again, most important thing you want to do in the beginning, and not normally something I would say, is re-roll in the beginning if you have not done rebates. If you have done rebates, this is not for you. But for the free to play, the casual who probably didn't do rebates, re-roll to whatever you want to get, whether it be Messiah or whoever. I don't know. I know most people want to go for Heinrich or Messiah. That's perfectly fine. I salute you. Reroll for that, so you don't have to worry about doing that. And then, like, they'll eventually come out in the permanent summon banner anyway, but do that. Pick your first character, whoever it's going to be that you want to actually start out with. Head into Freya, knockout getting Freya. And after you do that, head into permanent banner and you're good to go. So that is all. Oh, no, that is not all. Let's do it to it. Bruh, this is not intentional, y'all. None of this is intentional. Absolutely none of this is intentional. I just killed the pity. Freya, dude. Oboru. Game just showing off 420 summons, by the way. I'll do it again. Bro, if another gold comes out right now, I'm about to say. Dinah and Dorothy. All right, I wasn't maxed on Dorothy. All right, so let's head over to here because we can. We're just gonna do the singles. I don't expect anything from this, but I'm just doing it in front of you. Yeah. Ashley, you like me or something? What's going on? Bruh. I can't even. Yeah. All right. So that's all I got for you now. We tried. We out here trying. So hopefully this will help you out. This will be like I'm trying to make this like the launch Bible, so we don't have people making bad mistakes, and I don't get a bunch of damn. I wish I hadn't started with Rosa deals, because I for sure we got at least 10 or more of that, and then people, upset they getting cooked at level 40. If you do not army of 5, real quick, do not army of 5 by the time you get to Ethernet rally, you will have to army of 5 or you will go nowhere in this mode. So I'm just gonna put that out there for you guys. I'm probably just gonna take myself in here today and have me some fun in here and finish this out today. Before this, probably gonna be the last thing I do in this account too, is just finish this. Oh, we got a speed roll. We got a speed roll and some crit on the speed roll too. Anyway, peace. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love everybody who stops by. You guys always make my day with your comments. It's always funny and whimsical and gives me a reason to keep going. So be legendary, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.